Hello, my name's Ani, and a while ago I made a song called Game Point. Usually when I start a song, I come up with a drum groove or some kind of melodic idea. I don't remember what I did for this song, but let's talk about the melody first. Here's the melody I started the song with. It started out as a raw electric piano, and then I added a tape emulator and EQ to make it less harsh. Adding in the bass, some EQ and distortion to give it some oomph, and here are the drums. And that is the intro. Now for the main synth. I made it in a synth called ESP, and here are the parameters. I also added some sidechain compression to duck down the volume of the synth when the kick hits. This is the main bass. It's the same sound as the lead, but it's EQ'd a bit differently. And I have the same notes on a sub bass that just brings up the low end a bit more. The drums from the chorus are pretty much the same as the intro, but with some added accents. And the hi-hats are the same, but processed a little bit differently to fill out the sound a bit more. For the next part of the chorus, I added some harmonies. Same sound as the lead, but I sent these to a bus to add atmosphere. No, not that kind of bus. Let's say you want to add the same audio effects to 2 or more different tracks. You can use a bus to do that. Once you put the effects you want on the bus, you can dial in how heavily you want the tracks to be affected and choose whether or not you want any unaffected signal to go to the final output. Here's what the synths sound like without the bus. Here's what it sounds like only going through the bus with no dry signal. The bus has some effects on it that make the input more ambient, followed by a glitch plugin to give it some character. And that's all for the chorus. Here are the chords that I came up with to match the melody of the song. And going into the post-chorus. There's a bit of automation here that slowly lets in more high frequencies on this noisy bass. This allows me to gradually and subtly increase the intensity of this section. Lastly, here's some other stuff that I didn't talk about. Pretty much every synth at the core of this song is made using a VST called ESP. To get the wobbly, pitchy effect that is prevalent throughout the song, I set the LFO to affect vibrato very slightly and the speed to something relatively slow. This way, the waver and pitch is audible but isn't nervous, or makes the melody unclear by being too pitchy. If you don't have ESP, you can achieve a similar effect using a chorus, or by linking the tuning of your synth to an LFO. Lastly, here's a note on the drums. Here are the drums from the intro. Everything is quantized, but the hi-hats are a little bit late. This is the same pattern, but the hi-hats are on time. Doesn't sound too bad, but moving the hi-hats over even by a little bit makes the pattern a lot more interesting.